outdoor mask usage
right now.
Well, but hold on.
President Trump is the president of the United States, and if he is to lead by example, what he is showing is not the example that scientists and experts who are telling us what to do to stay safe would recommend.
Anna, you're trying to bail out Joe Biden, and I think that's
I'm not here to
that's
defend
unfair.
Joe Biden.
Why?
I'm asking about President Trump's messaging and behavior, Jason.
And I'm telling you very clearly that Joe Biden, his rhetoric and his actions do not match up. So, for example, if he says there needs to be
with all due respect, Joe Biden
mandate,
is not the one in the hospital having contracted the coronavirus.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, and watch as Ana Cabrera of CNN rips Jason Miller of the Trump campaign in two. It is a long segment. It is about 10 minutes long, but we break it apart. And I want you to take a listen to not only how she handles Jason Miller, but how dangerous the arguments that he is making on behalf of Donald Trump really is. Take a listen in.
On the other side with Joe Biden, I think he wants to stay locked up forever. President Trump is going to lead us through this, and he's going to defeat it.
Jason, let's be clear. The president is in the hospital right now because he contracted the virus, and he has put himself at risk by conducting the business the way he has and conducting some of these events. But let me just come back to the question that I asked you earlier.
Excuse me. You misstated, just real quick, you misstated something before. President Trump followed all of the protocols.
No, he didn't.
Everybody around him, everybody around him was tested. They kept distant, and still somehow he contracted it.
Okay,
my whole point earlier
that's
is
just
that
not
there
true,
are a lot
though,
of things
Jason.
we just don't know.
We have the videos in which the president is at events where people aren't following the protocols, where people aren't social distancing, where people aren't wearing masks, who aren't following the CDC guidelines or the coronavirus task force guidance as to how best to stay safe until we have a vaccine.
Okay, so it's important for us to make sure that we see what's going on here. This is Jason Miller. He is the communication strategist and chief spokesperson for the Trump 2020 campaign, senior advisor for that campaign. And the spin that they are trying to go with is a very dangerous spin. He is trying to say that Donald Trump is confronting this as if he's intentionally doing it to set an example for the American people. If Donald Trump survives this, if we combine this with everything else that we know that is going on, Donald Trump is going to come out and downplay the severity of the coronavirus, and he is going to encourage Americans to take it head on. Listen to the rest of this exchange.
I think it was great that President Trump was able to get out there and show he's ready to take this virus head on. You can't just stay locked up, whether it be in the attic or in the basement forever. We need to go out there and lead. We need to go and defeat this virus, show people around it. Now, to your earlier comment, look, one life lost because of the China virus is too many. And I think President Trump has been very clear in articulating that over and over, that we have to go and destroy this COVID-19 that we got, that our country has been attacked by. And that's a very clear focus from the president.
So here are the two talking points, and they are both equally dangerous. One, take the coronavirus head on. Not saying that we do anything responsible like wearing masks. Not saying that. No. They're not saying like doing anything responsible like shutting down bars and clubs and restaurants where it's known to spread tremendously. So no, taking it on in their mind is for us to confront it and catch it and then spread herd immunity. That's what they're pushing. Number two, they are looking to make China the scapegoat for this. Never mind the fact that this is now the American pandemic. This is America's flu because it is spreading in America like it's not spreading anywhere else. They need someone to blame. I said on an episode not too long ago, conservatives need a villain, because if they don't have a villain, it would give you time to realize who the true villain really is. And this is what's happening. Listen to the pushback.
Could still go out there, but even as he goes out there, Jason, he is not taking the simple precautions that could save lives. And he's encouraging his supporters to come to these rallies, to his campaign rallies. Let me finish, please.
Anna, you're misstating it.
We have video. Let me show you the video from his campaign rallies, guys. Let's play it. Let's show the crowds that are packed into his rallies who don't have masks on. The campaign obviously has the ability to mandate masks and social distancing, and that hasn't been done, Jason. Will your rallies, will your events?
Let me interrupt right there. He keeps talking about temperature. This shows you they clearly do not care about what the science actually says. You can be asymptomatic. You could not even be showing a temperature or any symptoms whatsoever and still spread this virus. They are a death cult. They don't care about the truth. The fact of the matter is that there is a way to do these things safely. We have not seen an outbreak from the protest this summer from Black Lives Matter like we've seen simply from Donald Trump himself. And that's because everyone wore a mask and it was all outside, but they are doing inside events with no mask. In fact, it has gotten to the point where they can't even suggest wearing a mask without their supporters attacking them. They have created a monster, and the monster is coming back to destroy them. Listen to this last part where Anna Cabrera lets him have it.
In action where we're taking folks' temperatures and we're urging people to be safe. We're urging them to be careful. And that's, again, what the president told me yesterday in our conversation. Be careful. Make sure that people are washing their hands, using hand sanitizer, wearing masks. And I think with the president, when he gets out of Walter Reed here, you're going to see him continue to express that and continue to share that with people. Having gone through this himself, I think he can be an inspiration to people to get through this.
That just seems disingenuous to say he'll continue to express these messages where he has been downplaying the coronavirus. He's been mocking people for wearing masks, not encouraging people to wear masks, mocking people for wearing masks. And in fact, let's just play what he said at the debate on Tuesday night. Can we play it, guys? Listen.
I think wearing a face mask, I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
Jason, that's not encouraging people to wear masks.
Anna, he was exactly right. When you're too often, Joe Biden has used a mask as a prop. The mask when you can't socially distance.
You think he's using the mask as a prop when we know masks save lives?
I think too often.
Is that not important to this administration? Is that not important to the Trump campaign?
Anna, if you're some 200 feet away from somebody, you don't need to wear a mask. You don't. And in fact, Joe Biden has flip-flopped so many times on this whole outdoor national mask mandate. He was for it, then he was against it, then he was for it. In fact, Democratic governors such as Evers in Wisconsin or Walz in Minnesota have refused to go along with Joe Biden. So they, for example, have an exemption
Joe Biden is not the president of the United States right now.
Well, but hold on.
President Trump is the president of the United States, and if he is to lead by example, what he is showing is not the example that scientists and experts who are telling us what to do to stay safe would recommend.
Anna, you're trying to bail out Joe Biden, and I think that's
I'm not here to
that's
defend
unfair.
Joe Biden. I'm asking about President Trump's messaging and behavior, Jason.
And I'm telling you very clearly that Joe Biden, his rhetoric and his actions do not match up. So, for example, if he says there needs to be
with all due respect, Joe Biden
mandate,
is not the one in the hospital having contracted the coronavirus.
And there it is. That's the bottom line. Whatever you think of Joe Biden took the necessary precautions to protect himself. The tragedy here is the possibility that Donald Trump, who was infected with coronavirus during the debate, could very well have passed it to Joe Biden. And so that is the phenomenon that we're dealing with. No matter how many precautions you and I take, if we have one of these hyper politicized Republicans who refuse to wear a mask because their president politicized it so much, we could be doing everything in our power to protect our families, and they could come along refusing to wear a mask and spread COVID-19 to us. And so all of this jockeying and all this positioning, trying to make it seem as though Donald Trump is so brave. The reality is Donald Trump is so stupid. And that's why he has the coronavirus right now. And sadly to say, that's why over 200,000 Americans have already died.